Hello and welcome to Critically Disdained. With 2023 firmly behind us, let's take a look back and I would like to give you my list of the top and bottom albums of 2023. Now, this list honestly is subjective. It's not based on sales, it's not based on streaming numbers. I was going through the albums that were released this last year and I picked the top 3 that I felt were of the highest caliber. And I also picked 3 that I felt fell short of quality. Now, there are other fantastic albums out there that were released in 2023, but I wanted to make sure to keep this video as simple as possible. So if you have any that you really enjoy, that you feel should be in the top 3 list, don't forget to comment below and let me know why you feel that way. All right. Let's start with the top 3, and these are in no particular order. At the top of the list is an album that Stephanie and myself reviewed when it came out, MXPX Find a Way Home. Now, this album ushered in a new era for MXPX. It had a slightly different sound while still being able to keep true to themselves. They hit some very heavy topics, but still was able to keep it chill with some lighthearted songs as well. 30 years in, and they are still a band to keep an eye out for. And much to their credit, they are still a mom and pop run music business. They definitely earned their spot on the top 3 with their album, Find a Way Home. Second on the list is the Foo Fighters and their album, But Here We Are. Now, I know it may seem a little bit cliche and predictable to have the Foo Fighters on the top 3 list, but after having dealt with the death of Taylor Hawkins and then being able to put out a quality album, kudos to these guys. Musically, it's well done, but it also hits very well with the emotions, with songs about Taylor and a beautiful tribute to Dave's mom with the song The Teacher. This record definitely, in my opinion, soars above other releases in 2023. Third, we have Walk Off the Earth, Stand By You. Now, Walk Off the Earth has been proving themselves for years as skilled musicians and songwriters, and this album is Walk Off the Earth at their best. Multi-genre, catchy lyrics, and they even made it a family affair because they got their sons in on the writing process for this record. It's full of fun and heartfelt songs, and it has something for everybody in every kind of relationship, and it was produced clean and dynamically. It was definitely a highlight of albums in 2023. Now, let's not forget the bottom 3 of 2023. Let's start with the rock album of the 3 in the group. Puddle of Mudd's album, Ubiquitous. Now, I'll be honest, I was actually kind of looking forward to this record when it came out, and I was bitterly disappointed. The instruments are okay, but Wes Scantlin's voice it's atrocious. They're not as bad in this record as they were when they did the cover of Nirvana's About a Girl back in 2020, but it comes pretty close. Not to mention the album sounds like they ripped themselves off. And I'm not talking about it sounds like themselves or it sounds just like their other music. No, it actually sounds like they listened to one of their old records, forgot it was them that made it, and decided to copy it. It's just not enjoyable. Now, the final 2 worst albums are actually pop albums. Now, I don't generally listen to pop music unless it is for the purpose of gaining knowledge of what's out there and what's popular, for my own information's sake. And of the pop albums that I came across this year, these 2, in my opinion, are rock bottom when it comes to records that were released. Olivia Rodrigo, Guts. I had a really hard time listening to this. It just sounds like a generic, unoriginal pop record. The lyrics are bland, the sound is honestly boring, and there's legitimately much better pop albums out there. Not to mention the accusations of her stealing songs, which I'm not going to waste your time getting into that right now. Overall, it was not good. It was not enjoyable to listen to, and it just sounded very poorly done. Now, this final album I started listening to because I knew the artist had issues with the music industry, and a whole lot had come out in the news about how it treated her and a lot of things that she had to go through. So based on that and the name of the album, I thought it was going to be a critique of the music industry. Nope. It wasn't. Kesha with her album Gag Order hit the bottom of the list of 2023. It was unnecessarily vulgar, the music was muddy sounding and all over the place. It felt like Kesha was trying to be offensive and it just didn't work, it just came off as annoying. And so it was just a rather unfortunate waste of my listening time. Well, there you go. The top and bottom 3 albums of 2023. Are there any that you feel should have been on the list? Or were there any albums that you listened to this last year that you just really hated that you think should really be on the bottom of the list? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you here next time on Critically Disdained.